Thanks for inviting us in. It's now 6 o'clock and we begin tonight with this wake-up call from the police chief at IMPD. Last night he told the City County Council the police department is 300 officers short. That is the lowest staffing ever. Our Marion County reporter Lauren Kostick tonight has reaction from the president of Indy's police union and his fear for our city's future.
IMPD Chief Chris Bailey having a rather frank conversation with consulars Wednesday night, telling them that the number of sworn officers in his department has hit a historic low. And Indy's police union president says this is all a recipe for disaster.
During a council budget hearing, Chief Bailey did not hold back.
They are tired. We're all tired.
He's talking about the staffing challenges that continue to plague his department.
And currently, we have the lowest number of sworn officers we've had in the history of IMPD.
He's not exaggerating. Right now, the department has 1,464 officers wearing the badge, but the city continues to budget for more than 1,700. That means IMPD is short nearly 300 officers. As a result, the department is spending millions on overtime and now fears service reductions could be up next.
And right now, we have not slashed any of our services or told community members that we won't be showing up on their particular run. But we're very close to that.
Our police officers in this city are overworked, they're understaffed, and that we're facing burnout.
Rick Snyder, president of Indy's FOP, has been vocal about the city's diminishing police force, even putting up this billboard earlier this year.
We must pull out all the stops to focus on how we are going to retain the officers that we have as a triage before we ever talk about recruiting new officers.
And IMPD is trying. In recent years, the department has given raises to veteran officers, increased salaries for recruits, and pushed out a more than $1 million marketing campaign. As a result, they've hired nearly 400 officers in the last 4 years. But over that same time, more than 650 officers have left the force.
And we're at a point where we're in desperate need of every officer that we have.
In Indianapolis, Lauren Kostick, 13 News.
This is an issue facing many cities across the country. In fact, in the last few years, agencies have reported similar situations in other cities. Our digital team has been looking into the numbers today to find out what's driving this issue. You can read that story right now. We've got it posted on WTHR.com/SeenOn13. And IMPD just provided us an update about that investigation into 4 people taken into custody after someone opened fire at a squad car last night. Police tell us an officer tried to stop a car to serve a warrant in a criminal investigation. Metro Police tells us that one of the 4 people in the vehicle opened fire at the squad car. Tonight, police are telling us they discovered multiple guns in that car. At least one person was arrested on an unrelated warrant. A minor was arrested for dangerous possession of a handgun. The other 2 people were released. Tonight at 6, we're getting new details about the murder of a man found strangled and stabbed inside of the Indiana Convention Center. Court documents reveal the man was working at the convention center last night when another man attacked him unprovoked. Our Chase Howell has been looking into this story. And Chase, has anyone with the convention center told you anything?
They haven't told me much, but they did say they have round-the-clock security and have armed off-duty IMPD officers patrolling the building.
And court documents say it was one of the security guards at the convention center who first called police. Investigators say the person followed the alleged killer until officers arrived, but not before seeing the man wrap some sort of cord around Alan Gosnell's neck and strangling him to death.
But I can't applaud them enough for providing that information that we were able to get in order to take this individual into custody within minutes.
At this hour, the man accused of stabbing and killing Gosnell is in the Marion County Jail on a preliminary charge of murder. Reporting here in Indianapolis, Chase Howell, 13 News.
The man who's accused of violently attacking multiple women here in downtown Indianapolis was just convicted. The prosecutor's office told us that Victor Johnson was found guilty on multiple charges, including attempted murder, attempted rape, battery, and criminal confinement. Back in June of 2020, IMPD responded to 3 separate reports of a man attacking women after they refused his advances, and shortly after received a 4th report of a man stabbing a woman on the Cultural Trail. IMPD was able to connect all of those incidents back to Johnson. His sentencing set for October 7th. Well, today, Indianapolis Mayor Joe Hogsett signed off on a committee to investigate how his administration handled sexual harassment complaints against a former top aide. Our Emily Longnecker was there today as the mayor took questions about how he handled those claims when they came to his attention. Emily?
Well, Scott, the first allegations stem from 2015 when a campaign staffer says Thomas Cook, who was in charge of the mayor's campaign, sexually harassed her. That woman, Lauren Roberts, says she told the mayor about what happened in 2017. The mayor says he contacted lawyers and Cook was sanctioned after an investigation. Then last September, a second woman, Carolyn Ellert, came forward with more allegations against Cook from when she worked for the city in 2018. In that case, the mayor says he reported the claims and Cook was removed from his re-election campaign after an investigation. This past July, both women went public with their stories, sparking criticism against the Hogsett administration. And since then, the mayor signed an executive order calling for harassment training for all employees, along with an anonymous reporting system for complaints.
Why did it take 10 months for this bigger look? Because it's coming after these women have come forward to the media, in the public, their names are out there. Now something is happening. Did it take that? It would appear that it did.
Well, it didn't take any longer than October of 2023 for me to act and take action against Thomas Cook regarding Ms. Ellert's allegations. As it relates to why we are here today, it is because the press has widely reported on these matters. The City County Council has paired up with the administration to look into each and every one of these issues and resolve them in ways that provide safe and comfortable working environments for all city employees.
But why not start in October? Why not start?
With respect, I think he's answered that question.
Yeah, and when pressed by others, when the mayor was pressed about would the city even be at this point if these two women had not come forward publicly with their stories, the mayor said he couldn't speculate. When asked about repeated calls that he should step down, the mayor said he has no intention of resigning. Scott?
All right, Emily Longnecker at the City County Building, thanks so much. Tonight we're following allegations against a former team doctor for IU basketball. This after a former player says he was subjected to inappropriate prostate exams. Those allegations have led to an independent investigation. We've got Rich Nye in studio tonight with what we know about that investigation right now. Rich.
So Scott, IU says it received a letter from a lawyer representing a former Hoosiers basketball player. And that letter alleges that the player endured inappropriate prostate exams performed by Dr. Brad Bomba Sr. Now, this would have happened decades ago. Dr. Bomba Sr. worked under contract as IU Athletics team physician for almost 40 years. And that ended in the late 1990s. The player also alleges that these inappropriate exams were standard practice for all basketball players that were assigned to Dr. Bomba Sr. And I asked today, but IU would not answer if they have received any other complaints against Dr. Bomba Sr. But the university has hired an international law firm to conduct an independent review. And IU says the investigation will focus on the background facts related to the annual physicals conducted by Dr. Bomba Sr., if that conduct was appropriate, necessary, or within the standard care of practice, and what medical professionals and IU athletic or university officials were aware of this conduct, and if warranted, what action did they take? Now, I did try to reach Dr. Brad Bomba Sr. by phone and email today. I was not successful, Scott. He is now 88 years old, and IU would not provide us a copy of that letter or tell us when they got that letter.
Okay, we'll stay on that story. Rich Nye, thanks so much. Still ahead for you tonight, a new solution to speeding on streets here in Indianapolis. Tonight, we want to show you how one community took matters into their own hands to protect pedestrians. Matt?
Hey, Scott, here are the leftovers of Hurricane Francine off to our south. We're going to start getting some of the showers tomorrow morning, but how much rain will actually fall? We'll give you the rainfall totals we're expecting.
But first on this, another Indiana student arrested for making threats against a school. Tonight, we're digging into the real-world consequences after a series of similar student arrests in the last week. All next here on 13 News at 6.